Hello, this is Bloom Perfumery, home to the most exciting and the rarest perfume brands. And today I would like to share a brand we recently discovered, and that brand is exactly that. It's very rare and it's exciting. It's called Parterre, and they do things like no one else. They're from Dorset. It's essentially a farm where they grow perfume ingredients of their own, then they distill them, then they take them to French noses, and French noses turn those local plants into luxury perfumes. So partly they're unique in their approach because no one ever dared to grow exotic, well, for this island, plants. For example, vetiver, and they were successful. So we now have Dorset vetiver on perfumers' palette. They grow herbs which they think might replace bergamot, for example. They grow bergamot mint. Because ultimately, when you're making a perfume, it doesn't matter where the smell came from, as long as the olfactive profile matches what is required. So they've discovered a novel citrusy nuance, bergamot mint. They also grow lemon thyme, because citruses are extremely hard to grow on this island. The climate is just wrong. But you don't need to. You can add and enrich perfume world with adding novel nuances like Parterre do. They also grow rose geranium, which is in their tribute to Edith perfume, Edith Piaf, La Vie en Rose, life in the rose shade. But it doesn't mean that it's only their ingredients. When they take their produce to French master perfumer, he then completes the formula with all the other building blocks necessary to turn it into a high-end fragrance. They are experimenting with Sisters labdanum at the moment, but at present it's still not available, so that would be acquired elsewhere. Sandalwood, all other materials would come from other parts in the world. But what's amazing about Parterre, they're not stopping. They were successful in growing vetiver, they were successful in growing and introducing yarrow into perfumers' library of materials. And each year they would plant a few new experimental crops to see if they take off, to see if they thrive, to see if they will yield enough oil, an oil which is suitable. Fragrances. At the moment there are 3. They are all composed by the same gentleman who made Samsara for Guerlain and quite a few other famous perfumes. And somehow they were able to persuade him to work with totally novel for French perfumery materials, such as yarrow, for example, which on its own smells somewhere between mugwort, cedarwood, and maybe vetiver. Dark, herbaceous, slightly spicy smell. And it's in their run of the river, because Parterre are based in Kainston Mill Farm. It's their tribute to the historical mill which stands on the river. So from this fragrance you can expect sunny, aqueous, summery, herbaceous freshness. It smells citrusy, but none of the conventional citruses are present there. It's all coming from herbs they grow. Dorset vetiver from intrepid experimentators is in the root of all goodness. I would say it's the least spicy vetiver I've ever smelled. Maybe it's the climate, maybe it's the soil, but the punch you might expect from Indian vetiver isn't really there. It's really elegantly woody and a bit earthy in this particular fragrance. Tribute to, as I mentioned earlier, so it's rose geranium in its juicy, rosy, carefree vibe, but they mixed it with French rose. So it's rose which is not a rose at all, and the most luxury rose joined together, and it smells larger than life. Again, all three fragrances are unlike anything you've ever smelled before. Materials, the whole approach of mixing classic and totally novel ingredients. And again, it's not farmers making them, it's master perfumers composing the fragrances. So Parterre, all in all, are very efficient at managing a team of experts. None of it they do themselves, but they bring expertise. If they need a horticulturalist, they find the best, who will help them with the experiments. Distillers, again, that's a separate field of expertise they found elsewhere. People who know what to do with a herb which haven't been distilled before, for example. The formulas, there's a separate master perfumer working on that. Even the artist who produced design of their boxes, again, is a separate member of the team. They brought the lady to the farm, she spent a few days, got inspiration, and produced all the watercolor illustrations you would find inside the box if you're lucky to get your hands on one of the bottles. So that's the new brand we accidentally discovered and were just taken away with it. You can smell it here at Bloom, and you can sample it online among hundreds of other wonderful blends we have. Thank you very much.